Another day has come. Today is Friday now, 25th of October. The Deuce Snaff is still here. Just arrived yesterday around 5, 6 o'clock at night. So it arrived. So I'm gonna do a walk around. Did this already, I think, Wednesday, Thursday, before him coming. But yeah. So I'm giving him an extra motor for the trade. F-head of a CJ3B I had, paid 50 bucks for the Jeep, parted it out, made good money, and this is what's left. And I pulled parts I needed. Now it just sits here, and like I'm trying to sell it, scrap it, no one wants it. You can have it. 2 spare rear drive shafts. I bought that one. And this one is also parts Jeep I had. So yeah, he gets those. Alrighty. Deuce made it here, no problem. No tires blew, which is my big hope and happy. But the transmission's starting to have a little noise, especially through Cleveland, Ohio. Last 120 miles to go. In 5th gear, climb the hills, all of a sudden it's starting to tick. He thinks he might have chipped a tooth in the transmission. He's saying it's a well-known problem in these trucks. So I need to get that serviced. He said, I'll pay for the parts. Thank you. So there is a truck shop up the road. About 5 miles, not too far. I know the owner of the shop. I know him because I've been on his yacht before. So he owns a truck business up there, and he's done plenty of military restorations for old Oshkosh trucks. And he used to own a few of these Deuces, 5-ton and 2.5 tons. So he's got experience. And someone just shot a buck. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, the only problem is the transmission has some slight problems, and then the driver's side door handle does not work on the outside. So that's the current top 2 problems I know of. So yeah, carry on to Jenny. So Jenny's all good to go. The wood stove cranking up to 700 degrees, so it's nice and warm here now. Yeah, she's almost ready. Tires are swapped back to factory 15, 16s. So we got title work done last night. We got 2 bill of sales. The notary was very generous to us. Like, why do you have 2 titles? We're doing a trade. Now, me and Anthony talked outside. Let's do $6,500, kind of be a nice number. The price he paid for the truck, a little bit higher. And then Jenny, of course, $2,500 what I paid for him. Her jumped up to $6,500. So nice even number there. Taxes are okay at that price. Well, the notary gave us instead a price of $500 each. That's the minimum you can do. That's a huge savings on tax transfers. So that helps a bunch. So that's all done. But then the notary tells me if I want to get the 2.5 plated, to get a temporary plate right away and then wait for my antique plate to arrive, I need pictures. So this morning when the suns get better, I'm going to take the leaves off and I'm going to take nice walk around pictures. The VIN number, I got to ask Anthony where it's at. If it needs stamped, we can go ahead and take the VIN number off, take it to my friend Dave, he's a machinist. He could stamp in the 6-digit VIN number and we're good to go. I did see a VIN number on the hardtop. I'm not sure what that's about. That's the right VIN number or not. I don't see any stampings, just says what the model is. So anyway, that's that. So I need pictures, and then photograph of that. So that's what I need to get so I get the plates done today. We did this yesterday, but the notary forgot to let us sign the 6x6 title. That's the problem. We did the bill of sales and we did Jenny's title. We're all good to go. But like in my mind last night coming home, like I don't think we ever signed the Deuce's title ever. I never signed once here and 2 times here for 2 copies. So yeah, we did not at all do the Deuce title. So we had to go back for that, which is nice because I need pictures. So that's good. I get a plate today. Good. I'm happy. Plus I get paid today, so I can actually pay the thing off right away. The transfers. So that's the title. Tires are swapped. In here, the shifter, he tried to put his on because I told him it pops out second gear. My shifter is bad. The problem is his shifter that he brought, it hits the dashboard for reverse and second gear. Mine does not. So he's like, I got a deal popping out. Luckily, highway speeds, 3rd gear, overdrive the whole time. But yeah, he's doing that now. But he put that on, took it out. Now this one is now stuck in reverse instead of neutral, so he's gonna find the right setup right now. It rolled backwards yesterday during startup. So he's gonna fix that. There's no fuel gauge, so that's gonna be a little hassle to go find one today as well. I knew I had one, I don't know where it went. So we gotta find that in the barn maybe. And that's all it needs in here. That door window is still not working the crank. That's a big hassle today to work on. And then the coil, we moved the coil. So like last week I talked about me stuck in traffic, and at this point I did change the condenser. Hopefully that does some improvement. I don't know if the old one was bad or not. Couldn't know how to test them, but the coil is still good. 3.4 ohms putting out at cold, no voltage through it, so it's working. But I know for a fact, and talked to people, that was mounted to the block, and when the engine gets hot, it shuts the coil off, and then yeah, you're screwed in traffic. And then 15 minutes later, when it's nice and cooled off enough, it starts up again. And then 5 minutes later, it shuts off. So it's the coil overheating on the block. Factory location is not the best. I remember in my old Jeep Hawkeye, never had that problem because it was firewall mounted coil. Upright, not upside down, but this is how we're doing it for this trip. Because that wire is so short to go to the distributor. So there's that. That's all we did here. I did find an oil leak back here, but because the head bolts weren't torqued, I changed the oil lines, so that's fixed. Alternator brackets tighter, made those tighter bolts down there and up here, tighter. That's good. So that's the current things we've done last night. All the spare parts, haven't touched or even talked about them yet. Just immediately put tires on and notary, and then fix what we know needs done. So yeah. Here's the list, what's left to go. Engine is a half quart load in oil, so we gotta top that off. And plus give them a few spares for the trip to get back. So there's that. I got a coupon code to use at Advance Auto, so I'll help out there. So yeah, that's that. That's all. There's my update for you for the day. What else? So yeah, Jenny leaves. I don't know time. They're still at the hotel. It's almost 10 o'clock at this point. We need to go Advance Auto, back to the notary. They're both open. But I want to make a stop at my friend's house, Patrick. He's got a collection of Destortos and Corvette, Mach 1 Mustang, and Jeeps, and MB, GPWs, and we also might want to pick up a gasket for the muffler, which he has one, so no reason to stop there. So we'll stop there too. So we'll go his house and a notary, then Advance Auto, and then back home. So that's the plan. Come back here and then work on Jenny. Door and all that stuff. So then when Jenny's all ready to go, we know the Deuce is good besides the transmission problems. He says you're okay for town use, but don't do any long hauls until you get the transmission fixed. So I'm good for work and go to the scrapyard around the yard, but no big trips till that's fixed. So that's that, but I do need some training. So he's got to teach me how to drive the Deuce. I watched plenty of videos. I'm good, just that dog leg and the gears, you got to learn that. Where that's at. Just overall get some experience next to me. So, and I wouldn't mind having him record as well. So, that's what needs done. And what else we got to unload the truck out. I can do that myself, but you know, I want him to show me what things are. So, there's extra leaf springs back there to make the truck Bob Deuce, to make it 4-wheel drive. The canvas, the bows, the steering box to make it a power steering setup. Extra jerry can of diesel. Now I'll also need to go start to get a jerry can because he doesn't have one for Jenny. I told him to bring one. He did not. But I have 5 gallons of ethanol free there. He can have, but I want the can. So he ain't gonna ship the can. So he's gonna go buy a jerry can. So the truck right now I believe is about 80% plus full of fuel. As I topped off the day I had issues. There's 5 gallons there. So should be enough. But no working fuel gauge would be kind of questionable. The odometer does work, so you can just do some math. It's a co-driver. So, anyway, there's an update. So, my favorite tree is now falling its leaves. So, My goal today also is to get the Deuce lined up and Jenny lined up to get a nice photo op of the pair for social media. So that'll be happening too. So, alrighty. Good morning.